Yeah, probably just away from the door a little bit.
Alright, video's rolling.
Alright.
Video's rolling, audio's rolling, whenever we're ready.
Sometimes I go crazy, all caught up in the moonbeam. It's alright with me. I know I'm impractical, very illogical, but you love me the same. I know institutions can cast them illusions, rise above the hate. When I go crazy, caught up in a moonbeam, it's alright with me. It's alright, don't worry about a thing. Every step we take is our way. Everything in time at a pace comes together. We don't have to worry. Every step we're taking is to the moon, moon, moon. I don't care what they say. Who are they anyway? I'm not gonna change. So when I go crazy, all caught up in the moonbeam, it's alright with me. It's alright, don't worry about a thing. Every step we take is our way. Everything in time at our pace comes together. We don't have to worry about it. Every step is taking us to the moon, moonbeam, moon, moon. I don't care what they say. Who are they anyway? I'm not gonna change. So when I go crazy, all caught up in the moonbeam, it's alright with me. It's alright with me.
All right, what a great first song. We'd like to welcome to the show this week, episode 3. We'd like to welcome Wuwu. Welcome, guys.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for being here. I think, as I told you earlier, as I was looking up your stuff and looked up Wuwu, I found a lot of Wuwu bands. So there's got to be a meaning or something behind that. So,
Yeah. You want to talk about it, the meaning?
Well, it's about the taboo, you know, being called woo-woo, you know, when you're ooh-woo. That's some woo-woo shit,
okay.
you know, so...
It's like owning the label we get a lot of times as kind of like hippies.
Yeah.
You know, it's, but
hippies.
also,
Yeah.
but it also means it's like it's like something in Chinese that means like
Well, it means equal partnership
yeah,
in
like
Chinese.
Okay.
equal but opposing, you know, two different forces that are opposite but equalizing, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But then also, I think
Kinda
to
like us.
differentiate on, you have a YouTube channel, I think, isn't it, Wuwu Music?
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
and at the end, we'll make sure we put all that stuff on there so you guys know where to find them, and we'll magically put that up on the screen and everything, too. Where did you guys grow up?
I grew up around here, Seaside, and then Mom moved me out to the Valley, so I got to live that kind of country lifestyle when I was, growing up, and lived in the Bay Area for a couple years after high school and went to college, San Francisco State, and then I came back and just started working and playing music, and I was going to school for music, and I just decided to play music. I figured at a certain point I was just going to start gigging and doing it that way.
Cool.
Yeah, and I grew up in Silicon Valley, born in Santa Clara, grew up just outside of Willow Glen, and ended up going on a journey with my friend out to the middle of nowhere in America, and took a little hitchhike through from Chicago all the way out to Colorado, and made our way down the coast, landed in PG, and started hanging out with the boys, and made a group for music, and
That's where Valley Soul happened, when she came around.
Cool. That's really
yes, a lot of fun. We both have jazz backgrounds. He ended up doing what is that called for Carmel?
Oh, well, it's not for the Monterey Jazz Festival does they choose from the region, different high school players, and we got to go to Japan and tour. It was like the Monterey Jazz Festival High School All-Star Band is what it's called. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, and I used to sing before I was 18 with Johnny Bones and the Palace of Jazz.
Wow.
And a couple of those cats made the California Honey Drops.
No way.
So we ended up opening for them at West End one year on the big stage.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And I didn't realize the California Honey Drops were on after us. And so we're like, whoa, hey! Yeah. It was awesome.
That's fun. Yeah, unfortunately, West End, along with everything else, is not happening this year. But
That's such a bummer.
that's okay. And we'll talk a little more about that later. But anyways, so tell me about your connection with cannabis, because we talked. I think you both use cannabis. So
Yeah.
give us just your background with that.
I've smoked since I was 14. So I definitely was a recreational user mostly. Sorry about that. And then at a certain point, the medicinal use came in with I've always had insomnia, anxiety, stuff we all kind of have to varying degrees, but it always helped my insomnia if it's the right strain, of course. And recently I've been kind of just this is the focus of CBD, so I've been kind of straying towards like a balance of THC CBD ratio, and it seems to be the most helpful for me in my mental states to kind of balance myself out. But I smoked a lot when I was young, and it's kind of mellowed out these days, but I always use it still every night, and helpful for falling asleep and just kind of like settling in after work.
Yeah, it calms the cortisol, I'm realizing, and the adrenals, really reduces inflammation. I had my first time at 15. I remember taking one hit of a joint my friend had rolled, and I was like, I don't think it hit me. I don't feel it. And I'm looking at the daisies, and I'm like, wow, daisies are so pretty. And then I look up at the sky and I go, whoa! And he goes, what's up? And I'm like, the sky is so blue.
I think you're feeling it.
And that's when I realized, this is the feeling. I get it now. And I wasn't really using it, on the regular or anything, but over time I realized it was really helpful for some social anxiety stuff that I was experiencing.
Yeah.
And then as time went on, it was really just one of those stress relaxers. So I'd get really amped and I'd get going and I'd be nonstop, you know. So it was a good way to slow down. But the CBD is my all-time favorite, or a ratio with a low THC, for sure. Yeah.
That's so funny. That's exactly me. I'm like, I tell people I'm on like some kind of natural cocaine. So when I smoke cannabis, it brings me down to a normal level. Because when I'm not, if you ask me a question, 30 answers go in my mind.
Right.
And so I'm the kind of same way. I'm like Tigger, just like you. And I just, you know,
Sounds
sometimes I have problems sitting down, you know, and it's like,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you know, you sit and relax, and it comes down, and it's from the earth.
Yeah.
You know, and I have to say that every episode, this is the most natural thing that you can get out there compared to those other pills that you get a 3-page letter with. I said that last week, so I won't harp on that again.
So true. And
No,
like
that's true.
the salves, man, when I injured my back, man, I tore tiny little fracture hairline tears throughout my whole muscle groupings, from my glutes through to my neck.
Wow.
And the CBD oil, rubbing that directly on. I mean, those guys, those doctors, they tried to give me Vicodin and all that kind of stuff, and I didn't like the way it felt. It really felt icky for me. It wasn't really even helping, and so marijuana really saved me there.
Yeah.
Really.
You know, it's we'll talk about the strain of the week for a minute, but since we're on the CBD topic, I wanted to talk about all the convenient things that people don't understand. A lot of people don't understand that it comes in all forms now. You know, that they can eat it, they can vape it. They can. My favorite for people that don't want to smoke is tinctures. You know, and a lot of people don't understand a tincture, but and we're not going to go too deep into that. But if you want, in my opinion, the best tincture, just find a tincture that's whole plant extract with something like sunflower oil or something like that natural in it, and to me that's the purest medicine you're going to get. That's the stuff I love the most. And when you can do ratios of like 20-1, 16-1, 8-1, and 4-1, you can literally fit the person to their personality and what fits them, like you were saying. And you can say, you can ask those questions as if you're a good bud tender and say, okay, do you like a buzz? Do you want a buzz? Because if not, I can get you a 20-1 and you're not going to feel it.
Right.
So I just love all those different things. Have you know what I mean? How do you feel about all those different aspects?
Yeah. I mean, when I was younger, I used to just go for, you know, the highest THC. I wanted to get, you know, stoned.
Yeah.
But then, as I got older, like I started having adverse effects from really high THC, and then my friend had this just 1-to-1 ratio, you know, just bud flower, you know, and it was like made by Dr. Bronner's brother or something.
Yeah.
And it had, you know, the little like Bible verse on it, and it was like, this is a sacred sacrament for, like, you know, bringing us closer to each other and one with the earth and all that. And I was like, I smoked it and I was like, oh yeah, this is like exactly like 1-to-1, and just smoking flower is the most helpful for me. I have a little pen I hit sometimes that's like sativa if I'm out on a hike on a weekend. But, you know, I don't really smoke during work hours, you know, these days. But yeah, no, I like the exact balance 1-to-1 personally.
Yeah, I really like the tincture. I think I like to get tinctures with terpenes in them. You know, like limonene. We were
Limonine's
talking
my
about
favorite.
that.
I'm not even joking.
So good.
I've said it.
Right?
I'll say it every episode. Limonine's my favorite.
It's so good. And, you know, like, terpene health is really important because terpenes exist in all plants, but marijuana specifically has the highest concentration of terpenes.
You can try right now.
It's beautiful. And, I mean, there are other plants that also have, like, a really high terpene count, but as far as marijuana, you know, with tinctures, it's like I can make sure that my blood sugar stays consistent and regulated so that I don't get a crash. I can make sure that my cortisol levels don't spike so that I can stay at a mellow, even keel and stay grounded, you know. I don't use it on the regular, but I'd like to be using it more often because I do notice that I have a high-paced lifestyle and I'm juggling a lot. And so it could be actually a good health choice for me to invest in a CBD tincture that I can utilize on the regular, you know?
Yeah, and nobody's been through the zombie apocalypse before, so this is all new to us all, you know. And
Yeah.
you know, so, you know, the last thing I want to ask about CBD is, what's your opinion on CBD hemp? When you see stores like on Cannery Row and stuff, and they're doing, what's your opinions on that, and what do you think is their benefit?
Well, particularly with the milligram count, I noticed there are a lot of hemp companies kind of ripping people off with how many milligrams per bottle, milligrams per dropper that they're actually putting in the bottle.
Right.
And I noticed that I really don't feel any effect with a low milligram count. Potentially, like when I invest in, and I've tried and tested a few different types of tinctures, but when I invest in like 1,000 milligram tincture bottle, I notice, okay, that works. Like I can go and use like a couple of drops under my tongue and I feel good. But if it's like 50 milligrams for the bottle, I would use that on a cat or a dog, but not on a full-grown person.
Well, see, I asked that because I saw the best. I've heard 20 explanations, you know, and I've read all about all this stuff, and I've gone back and forth and heard both cases. But I saw the best video I saw today or yesterday, where a guy basically said CBD, whether it's in CBD is CBD in both of them, and that doesn't change. But with the THC, there's other things that come along with that, and other, you know, it's like it brings more to the party than just CBD. So that's the thing, and that's the entourage effect, which again some people don't think is real, but it's very real. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
So our strain of the week this week that I've been enjoying is Berry White. I did select this one. It is a lower THC. Well, for the dispensaries, it's 15%, and that's about as low as you can find these days. But this is a classic for sure. This is Blueberry and White Widow. Just a classic indica. Not too strong, but will help you sleep and help with anxiety and those kind of things. So that's kind of why I picked this out. Have you guys ever had Berry White before?
I haven't,
Okay.
and I think I'd like to try it.
Now, did you want to wait till after you perform, or you want to do it now?
Yeah.
I'll try it. I'll try it a little bit.
Okay, well then
You like
fire
it?
up the tank.
Yeah.
Just one, you know, take
Okay.
a rip.
Yeah.
Let's
As long as
try
I don't get blasted, it'll be good.
What
So
was
anyway,
the tank's name?
It'll make it a little
That's
more
Frank the
fun.
Tank.
Frank
So
the Tank.
my daughter Megan bought that for me. Hi Megan, she's in Kentucky
Hi,
right
Megan.
now. Thank you. Frank the Tank is still getting used. He's got a new bowl. We'll clean them all up.
Yeah, I'll try some.
I don't know where
Over
the,
here.
So while you guys are taking turn, I'm gonna keep talking.
All right.
And then we'll come back and talk about it after you hit it. But anyways, I wanted to talk about one of the last things we'll talk about is the future of music, and both on a big level and on a small level. In other words, the big arena shows and the smaller stuff. Because my opinion is that it's going to be a lot longer on the big arena stuff than most people think, and I think that's really going to be healthy for local bands and things, and that's what I'm hoping anyway. You know.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts? And there's going to be a lot more of this too, right?
Yes, I think personally what I've been enjoying most is connecting with the community. Like how we know a lot of mutual friends, but we've never met in person before, really sitting down and saying, hello, my name is.
Right.
But we've been at the same shows. And so what happens is now we have this opportunity to really connect with our community on a whole other level, not only through social media, but through these streamings and through creating groups online, little clubs and different subcategory communities that all fit under one umbrella. So I think that's been really fun. And as far as, you know, being able to perform at large stadiums and, you know, all of the cool theaters around here and all of that is just, I know it's going to be a while maybe before we can really pack people in, but it's going to be great for small artists because you can sell, 20 tickets in a large, like say the Golden State Theater, for instance.
Right.
You can sell like 50 tickets and be able to have social distancing practices.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Just future of music. Yeah, maybe it'll be good for smaller medium acts. Hopefully, yeah. It seems like my friends in the music production world are saying, like it won't be till next year. But I guess you guys, they kind of all do like bigger shows. So I don't know. It'll have to be it'll probably start with outdoor venues, and yeah, there's gonna be a lot more online, like podcasts and live streams, and it's been interesting to do that. And I actually love the recording process personally, and writing songs, which I've had lots of time to do. So coming out of this, there'll be. I definitely miss playing live, but yeah, for now it's good with me because I'm getting a lot of time to finish writing songs and record and spend time doing things like this, which I didn't have as much time for before this, coronavirus thing. So.
Okay, last question for you on the spot here. You're going to a deserted island. You're going to be there for 10 years. You can only take 5 CDs, name at least 2 of them.
What?
You have 1 minute to pick them.
Oh,
You
man.
have an endless supply.
I'm terrible at knowing names of.
I had a mix CD with a bunch of classics on them when I was in high school. Had like some, Grateful Dead, some Fleetwood Mac, some like old school Beatles, and it was just like really old and classic.
Cool.
So I might take that with me, but
I guess it's kind of cliche, but I'd take Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. That's like one of my favorite albums altogether. Yeah, I'm so bad at knowing.
That's okay. Mine's Moving Pictures by Rush. That's my favorite album.
Oh yeah,
oh
that's so good.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big Rush fan. We just lost Neil, unfortunately, but
Yeah.
That's right. Neil Peart.
what you think about the Barry White?
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's really mellow and
Yeah, it's a mellow string.
it's not super heady. I'm just like I feel nice, body relaxed.
Right.
So it's perfect for performing. I was worried about super heady shit that's gonna make me trip out.
No.
It's like a nice body high.
So speaking of performing, you're gonna play another song for us.
Yeah.
And so what's the name of the song and what's it about?
Okay. Yeah. This is called Brother Sister. It's a pretty. I wrote it in a pretty sad place, but it can go both ways. It's about basically connecting with people who are going through something hard that you've been through before. I mean, the story was I heard of a friend whose mom got diagnosed with cancer, and my mom had been through cancer twice. Sorry to get heavy here, but
No, it's all right.
about.
It's life.
And my mom was like, but don't talk to him about it. I just thought you should know, and but I don't want him to know that, anyone else knows. So I just, the song came to me when I was thinking of just watching him from afar and knowing what he's going through without being able to tell him I'm there for him. And it's about, brother, sister is the name of it, so it's,
Yeah.
it's about the brother verse is about him, and this verse about, the sister, I don't know what you're going through, kind of more like from a man's perspective. She helped me write. Just
Just about the human experience, the differences, say a woman was, taken advantage of, and the stigma that goes with, and, because a lot of times as a woman, it feels often like we're told we're not allowed to be empowered, yet we're honored and lifted up for showing skin, but then also shamed at the same time.
Sure.
You'll notice on Instagram, people get a whole bunch of likes if they're a little bit nude, but then they'll call you a slut. So this is kind of like that. We were talking about that while we were writing the second part of the song.
Yeah.
And it happens to be that there's something going on Instagram right now, a black and white photo with women, because I guess in Turkey and a couple other places, people are waking up in the morning, finding the news, and it's another woman killed.
Right.
So the point of the black and white photo and the nomination, it's called a challenge, I guess, to post a photo of yourself and tag a friend and nominate a friend to honor the women in your life that are still alive.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that, guys, and what a pleasure to have you guys on. This has been a blast.
Yeah.
It went by so quick.
That did go by quick. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much, and I'm looking forward to the next song.
Thank you, man.
Likewise. Thank
for
you,
having
Bear
us.
Dawn.
Yeah.
Brother, let me say to you that I see what you're going through. Brother, look into my eyes. We're not so different, you and I. Brother, I was young and full of angst when cancer came and took her strength. Mama worked hard for that house. The sickness came and blew it down. Lord knows it's a shame that the system picks your pockets when you're down and you're out. You live better alone, no doubt. Sing to the sun when it's done. The kingdom comes and it goes. I thought you should know, brother. Sister, I can see you too. I don't know what you're going through. Sister, let me lend an ear. Maybe we could share a tear. Sister, I can see you too. Lord knows it's a shame that the system picks your pockets when you're down and you're out. You're better alone, no doubt. Sing to the sun when it's done. The kingdom comes and it goes. I thought you should know, sister. I can see you too,
Wow, blessings. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys. Wuwu, guys.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah.
Check us out. Wuwu.
Bless up.